Hello guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. This is the simple code skill which is aimed to assist you in creating simple websites by first of all learning how to design them. So in this video we are going to create a simple landing page. Part 1 will be mainly aimed at creating a simple navigation bar, and the part 2 will be to finalize the creation of the simple web page for this simple code skill website. So with that, if you are a new user, like, subscribe, and comment so that I can be able to gather your comments and know how to improve my contents, and even pick what you find amazing in this content. And also, if you are my previous subscriber or my previous viewer and you're back, so just follow the video. How hope you find it useful, and then like it. So um, we'll start off all by coming here and then saying click on create new design file. So it's going to it's going to open a blank design file in Figma. So after we create it like that, it's going to create our first page, which we can basically name our landing page or home page. So I'm just going to basically name it my landing page. So the fact that we have the landing page here, we are going to basically create several things. So first of all, the next thing that I'm going to do, I'm going to try as much as possible as to name this file, and I'm going to name it landing, the landing page or home page. So just like that. So with that, you have a simple landing page. And just like the other materials that were there before, we have different designs. And after you're done, you can even go to the prototype side. And we even have different layers like they were before. So with that, we can basically start by creating a simple frame. And my tools today are a bit different. They're at the bottom. So I come here, create my first frame, and then I'll give it, I'm not going to name it, I'm not going to say that it's for it's for a laptop or a machine or a desktop or something of a sort. I'm going to custom make my web page today. So I'm going to come here, then I'm going to pick my length. X, I can pick 1400, and then Y, I can pick 1400 or 1000, just like that. When you do something like that, it ends up going to the other side. So basically, what does X and Y mean? X, it means 1400 the other way, and Y is 1000. X is 1400 horizontally to the opposite side, and Y is 1000 to the opposite side. So I don't want it that way. I basically want it at the middle, which is at a position of negative 348, and Y to be at negative 299. But the width, I can come here and probably give it a width of 1500, and come here and give my height 1200. Basically, you can see it's too big, so I'm going to use a shortcut control minus to resize my file. Then I'll bring it to the center. So basically my web page looks like that. So I'm going to name my frame. I'm going to give my frame a simple name. I'm going to call it the main frame. So it looks like that. And then I'm going to insert a rectangle. So I'll just come here, insert a simple rectangle, give it a width. I want it to have the same width, 1500, and here 1200. And then I'm going to use certain tools to ensure that they fit the way that it auto fits exactly with the frame. So there are some position tools here. There is the align left, align horizontal center, align right, align to the top, align vertical center, and align to the bottom. So I'm going to pick align left, and then I align it to the left. Then I align it again to the top, and it automatically fits. So instead of dragging, you just use these position elements. And after that, you can come here. It's rectangle 1, so you can come here and say main rectangle. and then you do what? You lock it, and there it is. Now you have a simple rectangle that covers the frame, the main frame that you have. So I want it to have a different color, which is color black. I'm going to choose color black for my rectangular shape for the design. And then at the back, which is this tool here, I'm going to give it a different color because this one already has color red. I mean, it has color black. So I can come here and pick probably color red. And yeah, perfect. Now this is now our canvas that now we can work with. So the first thing that you're going to do is that you're going to create a different navigation bar, which is going to contain home, menu, about, and contact us. So I'm going to come here, write a text home. And you can see the text is not appearing. So if you say Control plus, that's when it will appear, but now you can't see the entire text. And if you press Control minus to zoom in, you can no longer see the text. So you can do, what can you do? Just select the element and then come here, give it certain features. I can remain with the typography inter, with the font family inter. And then I can come here and pick bold, and you can see it's not picking. So I go back, select it again. Bold, perfect. Now again, now I increase the size. So basically you can see that I'm increasing the size of the contents of the navigation bar. Now that is one content. I want like 3 extra of them, so I'm going to right click, say copy, then I say paste, again paste, again paste. Now we have the navigation bar and we want these elements to align perfectly. So how do we ensure that these elements align perfectly and our website is uniformly distributed with the margin and the padding? What's the margin? The margin is the content, the space between the content and the border, and the padding is the space around the content. So what are we going to do? We are just basically going to introduce something that is different. We're going to introduce something called a grid. Now here we're going to come here and you're going to give it a grid column. We pick a grid column of around, you can say 8 columns. Perfect. Let it be stretched and then let them have a margin of 8 pixels and then a gutter of 20. And now these grids will really come in handy when I'm trying to organize my content. So I'll just come here, now select each and ensure that they all align to the same. So you see now it's showing me that I'm aligning it almost the same line. So I can just move them one by one. You can see it's showing me now because now with the help of the grid. So I'm just dragging using my mouse. So I come here and then I say home, then I say product. You can see when I click product now the other one is being covered. So what can I do? I can just basically select it, move this one a bit, then pick, come here, move it again. So again come here on the home, the third home, and name it about us. And then after that you can come here and then you say contact us. And perfect, and it's perfect. We have a good navigation bar and you can see I feel like the contents are too big, so we can be selecting one as we resize. So 36, let's change them back to 32. That's a bit better. So 32 pixels and then 32 and then highlight this also and change it to 32. So we have these elements now. You can, if you mostly if you have interacted with probably Microsoft Word, if you press Control and press these elements that they're supposed to select, but they're not selecting. So what do? You come here and press Control while selecting on this other side. So Control while clicking down the mouse arrow. You can see now it looks like that. Then you can press Shift A so that they appear as one element. So Shift A, and now they are appearing as one element with the width, and then the space between them is 44. If I even decide to say that the space to be probably 50, they're going to be like that, wide with some very wide space. What if I say 30? It looks like that. What if you say 25? It looks like that. So now I can align this element to the top. So I'll just come here and position them. So I'll pick this, align to the top, and I want them aligned to the center. Perfect. Now I'm going to use the shift and down arrow to move the element slowly so that there's some space between the top and the bottom. And so I'm using the shift down arrow a bit up. Perfect. So we have that a simple navigation, just some elements in the navigation bar. What if you want to introduce now the logo? And I can decide to create a logo that is called, I'm going to name it SCS, which is the subtitle for Simple Code Skills. Simple Code Skills. So with that, I'll just come here, give it a size of its own. I come give it a size of 40 or 48 or 64. 64 is good. And then I come here, I select it, I resize it to the way it's supposed to. Then based on this, I can just decide, I can align it to the center so that it appears perfect. Now resizing it will be easy. Now positioning it, we can align to the left and then align to the top. So it's too much to the left. So I'll basically move using the shift right arrow. Okay, now it has been moved perfectly. Then shift down arrow, and now we have the SES element over there. And you can see by default it's bold and it's perfect the way I want it to. You can even insert an image if you choose to. So with that, I can decide to move this element a bit to the left. No, that is just yeah, a bit just slightly to the left because it was centered. So I can move it just slightly to the left because I want space for my social media handles. So I'll just come and now insert my social media handle. So I'll have to go to resources. So that is plugins and widgets. And then I come here and I say iconify. Then I'll select three icons that I love. So I'm going to start with Facebook, which is one of the most famous social media handles for if you want to find some tools. So can come, probably pick this. I want one that is color white and then import. It doesn't belong to a group, so I can import that Facebook icon. And then I can come and import the Instagram. So I can pick a white Instagram image like that. Okay, it also doesn't belong to a group, so it's perfect. Then I can import the icon. Then the next one, apart from Facebook and Instagram, we have Twitter. So let's pick a white Twitter icon. It's white, it doesn't belong to a group, so just Basil. So I can use their vectors. Perfect. So now we can now start moving each inside. And now we have Facebook, and by default it has something called a baseline. So I'm going to delete that baseline because I don't feel it's going to work for me. Then I'm going to increase the size, the width just a bit, something like 50 pixels, and the height of 50 pixels, so that it's just visible. I want it to somehow appear, and I feel like it's too big now. Let's say height 40. Pick Twitter. Okay, so let's just see how does Twitter work, or it not Twitter, Instagram. So Instagram has a lot of basil. I can get rid of that. I won't use that one. I will import another one. Let's go to Twitter, make it probably 50 and 40. Then I can come and delete this, which is the basil outline. So you can see we have Facebook and Twitter and they're well aligned. So I can decide to import another one. So come here to the action resources and plugins and widgets. Then I click iconify, and then I go look for another Instagram handle. Click on it, then import. Okay, that one has a problem. Let's pick another one. So let's try and can delete it. You can just delete it. So you pick the icon that works for you. I don't want a lot of basil. The moment it has a lot of basil, it's going to be a lot of work. So let's again, I've dragged that one there. Also, it has a lot of basil. So it seems like Instagram has a lot of basils. So let's try that again. This one is a bit better. It only has one vector, and if you increase it, it looks good, but the problem is that it's black. So you're going to face a lot of challenges when you are trying to insert your handles, because for example Facebook and Twitter, you can see it worked perfectly, but if you have this other handle Instagram, you see like it's not giving you what is needed, because it has a lot of vectors that work in hand to be given what is needed. So with that, I can do something simple. I'll just delete that, and then I'll try finding another white one. Again, I drag here, and you're able to see it also has 3. So we'll just see which one will work for us. So I'll move it. This one I can delete the outer one. So it's like it has several elements inside it. So I can select, let's say this. So it's here. I can select this, this. Then I say Shift A. But you see, if I do that, that happens. So just drag it up to that point. Then after that, now come here. Belongs to that, delete it. This one, delete it. Also delete that, delete that, delete that. So you have now these vectors over here. This one, and this one. So those are how many handles? Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. So we can decide to now try to make them as much as possible to be one. So you can basically select this, 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 and this, and then try do a Shift A, and now it appears as one. And then you can now give it a title, social handles. Perfectly. Now you can resize it just a bit. And now we can position it where we want it to. So we want to position at the top and then to the right. And you can see there's some problem there. So what you do, again, you use the same tool, Shift down arrow, then Shift left. And now we have three elements in our navigation bar. We have the social media handles, we have the menu tools, and now we have the logo. So with that, you have a simple navigation bar, and you can just combine them by pressing Control for the social media handles, SCS, and then this frame one, and then pressing Shift A so that they appear as one. And now you have a perfect social, a perfect navigation bar. If you